What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JD, and we back with another one. Today, I got an upgrade for one of my crafters that's going to prevent it from ever breaking. This upgrade does require that you have a lot of the input ingredients because it's going to pile up a buffer of those input ingredients to prevent the recipe from ever breaking. This will also enable the farm to be fed from, the contraption to be fed directly from farms. So, let's take a look. If you've made my center crafter that crafts all the different recipes, you'll be familiar with this build. Here it is again. Take a look. Make sure you got the right build. Here's what I did in the tutorial video. This is what I used in the tutorial video. We're going to need a bigger space now. Alright, first thing you want to do is these two chests. We're going to empty out all the ingredients in those chests if we're in survival mode and stick them in a chest elsewhere. Break all this stuff. Your little pickaxes. Alright, I did not empty anything. Now, should be looking like this. Go ahead, I didn't get any hoppers, so I'm going to grab the hoppers. Alright, we got the hoppers. Let's hook our hoppers up. We got a hopper pointing into this side dropper, and it's going out to the side, not to the front anymore. It's going out to the side, and then point a hopper into that top hopper. Swing around to the other side and do the same thing. Hopper in the bottom for the dropper, and hopper pointing at that hopper. Okay, you should have something looking like this. We need to get some chests. We're going to put our chest back on top. Alright, that part is done. So, how we're going to prevent the machine from breaking itself, because what happens is when it runs out of ingredients, it'll craft the last thing, and maybe some nuggets will go in, maybe some carrots will go back in. I'm going to put these carrots up. Whatever happens, we don't want that to happen. We want it to retain the recipe at all times, and that's going to mean that these hoppers and droppers are now going to be full of items. You're probably going to need roughly 10 stacks of items. Let's see, 5, 10, 9, 20 stacks of items to keep the machine going. But if you're hooking it up to a farm, like a carrot farm and then like a gold farm to continuously make golden carrots, this is going to be perfect. All right, swing around to the back of the machine and let's get some solid blocks. Place 3 solid blocks coming off that bottom hopper there, and 3 solid blocks coming off of this bottom hopper, and 3 solid blocks coming off that. Jump up on top of the solid blocks, turn around, and then place your comparators so that they are reading out of those hoppers. And if you have items going through, you'll be seeing something like this. Now, what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and place dust on the last 2 parts of those blocks. And then we're going to place some torches on the end of those. And how it's going to work is all 3 of these torches need to be off, and that's going to be an AND gate, in order for the main clock to turn on. Alright? Alright, so let's continue wiring it up. So all we really need to do is connect all 3 of these torches. We can do that by getting some solid blocks. Drop down a little bit, and you'll probably be beneath the machine and place. Wait, did I do that right? Nope, we don't want to drop down. Here, let me just do this a better way. Place a block just like that away from each of the torches, and then come under the middle one and place a piece of glass, and on the left and right ones you're just going to place a solid block. Now we can break these temporary blocks, and we just want to go ahead, we're going to continue out with our solid blocks just like this. What next? We need some glass right there, because it has to be glass, and just build this little formation up just like that. Now we can go ahead and place our dust on everything. And I know this looks a little bit wonky, but this is really the only way to do it. There's really no other way. I mean, we could have did it out the front, but I don't want to mess with the UI. So this will all be in the back of the machine, and you can hide it behind a wall if you want. And the front of the machine still look like this. So that's very good. Now we're almost nearly done. We're just going to continue to place dust on all the glass and solid blocks that we've placed. You should have something looking like this. Take a look from this angle and this angle. All right. Jump underneath all of this, and we're going to continue our staircase of glass down, just like that. Should have 3 blocks. And what we're going to do here is we're going to place a piece of glass and 1 solid block right there where that piston is, because that piston is what controls the entire clock. Without that piston coming down, the clock will never run. So what we need to do is make sure that that piston stays up if any of these torches are on. And that should be really easy because the torches are on right now, so we know we have an on signal. There's ingredients missing. It won't work. All right. So we just need to run that redstone line right down there to that block. I thought I needed a repeater, but I don't. So you just take this redstone line, run it down here, just like this. Place a solid block right there so that that dust doesn't communicate with this dust. And there we go. We're all done. Our item safety is done. Now, let's verify that it's working. What do we put in here? We put gold nuggets in here. So let me run a little command. Give gold nugget 1728. That's a shulker box. I had to make a car down payment once that was $1,728. I gave these guys a shulker box of dollars. They gave me a car that I wrecked. Get wrecked. All right, so we put our nuggets in so we can verify the new fun stuff that we've added. Let's take some of these so I can auto fill the hoppers. Fill that hopper up. I'm gonna fill this one up too. Okay, now that we've got all the hoppers full, we can see that the torches are off. And now the machine would be allowed to run. We could actually get rid of the on-off switch because the on-off switch isn't an on-off switch anymore. It is an emergency stop switch. This is now a stop switch. So the machine is always on if it's receiving ingredients. And you could knock these chests off and just have your inputs from your farm here if you wanted. And it should be doing its thing. I'm not going to sit here and watch it run out of ingredients because that's going to take a while. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this upgrade to my center crafter. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love lately. I've been getting a lot of likes, a lot of subs, a lot of views. I'm glad you guys are appreciating the redstone knowledge that I'm dropping. I'm going to continue to drop more knowledge and more advanced tech so that everyone can get to a higher level of redstone understanding. Thank you.